Hey everyone, home from work again. So when I get home from work I got to play with some saws. So ms440, I'm going to do some more test cuts. I got some bigger wood this time, and we'll see how she's breaking in. I've put a little bit more time on her. I'm going to go do some cleanup work in the brush. Maybe I'll film that and just put it to use. Living here, we got an acreage tree line, we got lots of deadfall, and there's always chainsaw work to be done. So this is pretty long. It's about 22-inch. I'd say she's waking up. I usually give them 5 or 6 tanks before I even think about turning them up. So I'm going to go into the tree line and go do some brush cutting and do some work with this thing. That's what these things are for. So well, there's another tank of fuel. Hey, I'm back. Did some tree line work with the ms440. It's a nice saw. It's breaking in. I struggle sometimes with posting videos of saws that I just built, but it's like I like to be honest with people. If I build one that's no good, I'll be the first one to tell you. And you can't really judge a saw, in my opinion, till 5 or 6 tanks, especially with caber rings. That saw has a meteor piston and caber rings. Caber rings are really hard, so they take longer to seat, in my experience. You know, I've had saws 5, 6, 7 tanks, and then boom, it's like, wow. You know, they'll tell you when they need to be turned up. This saw's still rich. I'm only on tank 3, and I'll turn it up when it's time. I usually run my saws just a snitch fat. If they're fat, you're never going to blow one up. I mean, you'll blow one up because it's old, but you won't blow it up because it's lean. Again, just my opinion. Let's take a few more cuts now that we've had some time on this saw. I just did a fresh sharpen on the chain, and let's see what we got here now. Let's see how this thing's progressing. Just trying to give you guys something to watch. A lot of you are stuck indoors, or you know, so. Ran this saw out of fuel. Weird. Chainsaw's full. You know, I was like, what's going on? Obviously I ran it right out of fuel. Nice big fluffy chips, pulling the chain well. For any of you that noticed, I wanted to see if anybody commented. I did a funny shaped intake manifold in this saw, kind of like this at the top. There was some controversy over that recently, over a saw that was built that had that. So instead of judging like a lot of folks would do, I'd done that to a saw, and I was like, you know, I want to try it for myself. I heard something about what it does, so I thought I'd try it. And I don't know if you noticed, but this saw is very snappy, and the timing numbers are not radical on this saw. They're very close to stock, actually. The biggest change is the intake shape. So I'm an inquiring mind, and I like to test things, and so far that intake shape, you see it, those of you that have been around saws and two strokes, you've seen that intake shape before. A lot of old saws had that, a lot of dirt bikes, stuff like that. I've seen it in snowmobiles. It makes the saw very snappy. That's got to be what it is. So I'm going to try it again, maybe on the next saw I do. Next one down the pipe, I'm going to build a 272 for me, and I'm going to build it nasty. It's going to be fairly warm. If it lasts, it lasts. If not, I'll build it again. So anyway, hope everybody's weathering the storm. And as always, thanks for watching. Appreciate all the subscribers. I see a lot of the same names in the comments. Can't think of any of them right now, but I appreciate everybody that comments. It makes me feel like, you know, somebody's actually watching these videos. So as always, thanks for watching. Take her easy.